Daniel Radcliffe as a corpse. I guess Voldemort won in this world. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we're going to be talking about the film Swiss Army Man. This is an independent film from A24 Studios that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I've seen trailers for it throughout the last couple of months, and I've heard that this is a very strange film, and it is to a large extent, because it starts out with Paul Dano. He is basically alone on this island. He's been trying to survive, trying to get help, trying to escape. Not successful. He's about to hang himself, just end his life, just be, I'm done with this. I'm done. And then, lo and behold, on the shore washes the corpse of Daniel Radcliffe. Using his farts as a speedboat of sorts, he rides Daniel Radcliffe's corpse to civilization. And the large majority of this film is about them trying to find civilization as they're just kind of gaining humanity between each other. So like I said, the film is quite weird. Now Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe, they do fantastic in this movie. They are the two standouts, they're the two focuses of the film. They do a phenomenal job. I would say Daniel Radcliffe pulls off a fantastic performance. He's a corpse who says very few lines, he has very few facial expressions, and he doesn't really get to do a whole lot in this movie. And it's very cool to see because he pulls this off so well. And I saw an interview with Daniel Radcliffe, and there are scenes where Paul Dano is carrying his corpse around, and it's actually him being carried. And so it's just a very impressive, realistic thing, and that both actors just do fantastic work in this film. And I really liked how Paul Dano's past is gradually revealed and how it's just kind of brought up in conversation. Basically, he feels like a nobody, a failure at life, who nobody really cares about or loves, and you just kind of see kind of how he ended up where he is, and just the things which kind of tear him down and have kept him from really living out his life to the fullest extent, and the problems that he's dealt with as a result of that. And then we have Manny, who is basically learning about life as a child, essentially, and he has all these questions about what basic generic things are that everyone now, at that age, should know what they are, but he just has these such like childish questions, but they're still very insightful, because it's like, what is life? What is the body? It's just these really interesting questions, and the way that Paul Dano has to explain it sometimes is very, very humorous. There's a lot of humor throughout this film, which I really appreciated. Despite all the farting, which really wasn't the center focus for the humor, this film just has a lot of really good dialogue, which makes the film really work. It's a very dialogue-driven film, and it just works really, really well. And as I was saying with the humanity, I really liked how they kind of explore different aspects, or basically two different ways of how someone can gain humanity. Basically, Paul Dano is rediscovering himself, kind of learning what was broken about his life and about himself, and trying to fix it. While Daniel Radcliffe's character, he's basically a corpse, he's lifeless, and as he learns more about what the world is from Paul Dano, he becomes more human as a result. And part of that is his love and affection for this picture of this girl named Sarah, who he begins to just become fascinated with and fixated on. And that's kind of their driving motivation for getting back into civilization. There are also really well done montages throughout the film, which I really enjoyed watching. They have music overlapping them, and they're just really fun to watch because you get to see kind of just different pop culture things going on. Like there's a shadow puppet show that Paul Dano does with like Jurassic Park and E.T. and a bunch of other popular films to kind of familiarize Daniel Radcliffe's character with those pop culture things. My only real issue with the film is the ending. The last 10 minutes or so of the film, it dives into such a weird territory. And I felt like it could have ended 2 or 3 different times. And I felt the ending itself, just like what it was trying to do, straight away from what the rest of the film was pretty much doing. And I just didn't really enjoy the ending as much. It seemed like it was trying to pull off a really big joke, and I don't really know if it really was going for some sort of a serious theme, or if it was, it really wasn't relayed very well, because a large portion of my audience was laughing when the end credits started going. And it's just, it didn't seem like an ending that fit what this film had going for it. But besides that, about 90% of this film is fantastic. It's very well done. Like I said, Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe, they do fantastic work in this film. Definitely check this film out if you have the opportunity. I highly recommend it because it is very well worth your time. I definitely had a fun time with this film. I found it to be very fun, very interesting, very humorous, and yeah, just an overall good time. Just the ending is just a little bit weird. Maybe you'll like it more than I did. But guys, those are my thoughts on Swiss Army Man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.